Men's golf has another dominating performance.
And women's golf has a strong week.
All this and much more coming up on the Penguin Rundown. Hello everyone, welcome into the Penguin Rundown. I'm Dom Joseph alongside Abigail Cloutier. Abigail, big weekend here at YSU. We got homecoming this weekend.
I know, it's a great weekend. Everybody comes out to support the school and we get a football game out of it too.
Absolutely. Soccer plays that day too. Can't forget them. Can get a free ticket to the football game and that soccer game. We'll get into that a little bit later. But as we mentioned in the tease, a lot of good stuff happening with golf. You're going to get us started with women's golf.
Sophomores Victoria Grands and Pathita Conruti led the women's golf team to success this week at the Silver Lake Fall Preview. The Gwens placed 6th overall with a 3-round final of 975. Grands and Conruti tied for 17th, each with a 3-round score of 239. Grands was able to record the lowest single-round score from a Penguin of the event. Her final round at 77 helped her score from 30th to 17th. Her counterpart Conruti also contributed with a final score of 239. This was Conruti's 4th time placing in the top 20 in tournament play this season. Eastern Michigan prevailed at the tournament, but YSU was able to outscore Central Michigan, Ohio University, and Bowling Green. Up next, the Gwens are headed to the Dayton Fall Invitational on October 14th to finish the fall season.
The men's golf team began the week in West Virginia participating in the Health Plan Mountaineer Invitational. After 2 days on the course, the Penguins finished in the 11th position with a total score of 920. However, this would be overshadowed by a remarkable performance. Junior Kevin Schur stood above the rest with a 213 score, claiming first place overall. This is the first time in 4 years a Penguin placed first in the tournament. This is Schur's second top 5 of the season, the 3rd of his career. We'd like to congratulate Schur on a truly remarkable performance and hope to see more great success from him and his teammates in the coming tournament. That tournament will take place on October 19th and 20th. The Towson Fall Invitational will be the final tournament of the season for the team.
The swim and dive team started up this season with their first meet this past Saturday at Marshall in the Frederick A. Fitch Natatorium. This is the Gwens' first meet at Marshall since 2012. Though both the women and men's teams were ready to take part in the meet, the men only participated in the dual time trials due to Marshall's lack of a men's team. The women's team, on the other hand, had a decent performance with 8 third-place finishes, 7 second-place finishes, and 1 first-place finisher. Tefane St. Giles, who highlighted the women's team during her 200-yard breaststroke win, the Gwens ended up with a loss of 216.5 to 81.5, only taking first place in 1 of 16 events during the meet. Our very own Christina Stanovich had the chance to catch up with Ryan Scherer.
So how did you feel in the time trials at Marshall last week?
I felt pretty decent. I think most of the team felt pretty decent, except that Brad's been really running us down lately. So I know we're all sore and tired, and it's more of a mental game than anything. But, I mean, I think it felt pretty good. I mean, my strokes felt strong. It's just soreness, really. But.
All right, and what are you looking forward to the most this weekend in the first actual meet?
I think this weekend what I'm looking forward to most is the opportunity to race against other guys from different schools other than just hear other YSU swimmers and just really see where I'm at against other schools.
And what is Coach telling you to prepare for this weekend?
Really the whole mind over matter thing, really hammering that in and making sure that we push ourselves mentally and just ignore the pain as we're swimming, because we're going to be sore no matter what. It's just a matter of how much do you really want to give in all of your races.
This Saturday, the 12th, the swim and dive team will continue their season against Pitt and Duquesne in a meet at Pitch Trees Pool.
This past Sunday, the soccer team had a home match against the Northern Kentucky Norse of the Horizon League. The Penguins unfortunately fell with a final score of 1-0. After this loss, the women's record falls to 3-9-1, and their Horizon League record falls to 1-3. The one conference victory came Wednesday night against the Cleveland State Vikings. This was the team's first conference win since 2016. The winning goal was scored by freshman Addie Roman. I caught up with Coach Schrum and freshman Addie Roman this week to talk about the victory.
Yeah, it was more enjoyable watching them celebrate, though, and you know the hard work that they've put in over the last few weeks, especially, as I said, a young team. It was enjoyable to watch them go out there and play and hold on. I'm not going to lie, excuse me, my heart was racing a little bit towards the end because you just never know, but Cleveland's a very good team, and being our conference finalists, that was good to go up there. And it's always tough to win on the road. So to go up there and actually win a game was awesome.
I was gonna say, great.
It was a great feeling. Like, I was just really happy that we could get the win under our belt, you know, just because we had talked earlier in the season, like proving to people that we can bring wins back to the school and everything. So just being able to score that for the team was a great feeling, and I was glad we were able to hold it out. Yeah, we definitely did know that from our celebrations afterwards. You can tell by all the pictures, but you know, we were just really ecstatic to win that game. Cleveland State's a great team, and so to win not only a conference game, but win a conference game against a good team like them, it was a really good feeling and proved to us that, you know, we deserve to be in this league and to show other teams that we can play with them.
Thanks to Coach Schrum and Addie, and congrats on the victory. The homecoming game will be this Saturday, October 12th at 1 p.m. against Green Bay. Those in attendance will receive a free ticket to the homecoming football game that night at 6 p.m. Now, baseball has begun their fall schedule. For more on the baseball team, we're going to send it over to Christina Sainovich and Richie Giuliano, who are at the roundtable.
Thanks, Dom. And today we are going to be talking about some baseball, even though it is fall. Practice is in full swing. Got some exhibition games going on, Richie. And who are some of the newcomers that we can be excited to see?
Yeah, you got 15 newcomers like you just mentioned, 11 freshmen, 4 transfers. We're going to hit on the freshmen right now. First, Matt Broski, Strongsville, Ohio University transfer. He made 11 appearances last year for the Bobcats, and what really stands out to me about him, his ability to put away hitters. 15 strikeouts in 12 and 1/3 innings pitched last year.
Yeah, and that's huge because coming out of the bullpen, that's something that we struggled with all last season. But also, he's faced big competition playing at OU. Faced some really talented players, so that's something I really like to see coming out of the bullpen. I've got one for you. It's going to be Don Bucco, an outfielder. I mean, his freshman year, he hit .358 at Cuyahoga Community College last year, .386. 6 homers his freshman year, and then he upped it to 14 last year. And that's something that YSU has struggled with is power hitting. You've got Blaze Glenn and Jeff Whaler. You had Trevor Wiersma last year. You lose him. He's a senior. So now you have somebody to replace him, and that's something that they really need to kickstart their offense.
Yeah, and talking about power hitting, you have a potential DH transfer from Mercyhurst Northeast, the junior, Pat O'Shaughnessy. His brother, Braden O'Shaughnessy, is going to be joining the team as a freshman. Really excited to see this guy. Has tremendous power, a .602 slugging percentage last year, as well as a .497 on-base percentage. So this is a guy for Youngstown State that's going to be hitting in the 4-hole as well as the middle of the lineup.
And I've got a freshman for you that I think is going to really make an impact on this team. Nathan Ball, the left-handed pitcher. Out of Perrysburg, Ohio, but that makes 3 lefties on the team. You've got 2 starters, and now you have a lefty to come out of the bullpen. And again, we talked about that bullpen struggling a little bit, very young, so you have another young newcomer in there. But I think that that's going to make the world of a difference having a lefty in there. But I did have the chance to talk to Phil Glasser, shortstop, earlier today to hear how it's been going with the newcomers on this team.
They're really important. And I remember here coming in as a freshman last year. You know, everyone's a little nervous, but they fitting great. You know, the transfers we got. You know, they act like they've been on the team for a couple of years and they knew us for a couple of years. And them being able to be good teammates like that, it's just really helping our chemistry.
The baseball team did return to the diamond, taking on an exhibition match against Pittsburgh. Unfortunately, they lost 17-2. Not a good game for them, but they get a chance to redeem themselves tonight at 5 p.m. at Eastwood Field as they take on Mercyhurst.
Yeah, and I'm going to head out there and get a look, see what they'll be working with, see how they are with the new guys. I mean, Phil did talk about the chemistry with them being fantastic, and he talked about that they're just staying focused, working on fundamentals in tonight's game. So I'm excited to see them, see Phil Glasser, guys like him, and Blaze Glenn and Jeff Whaler return to the diamond and see what they can do early before the season starts.
That'll wrap it up here at the round table. Dom and Abigail, back to you guys.
Thanks, guys. Last Friday, the cross-country team competed at the Joe P. Notre Dame Invitational. The Penguins had a great showing, posting a total of 19 personal best times. The women finished 13th overall, led by junior Natalie Fleming, who placed 49th with a personal best time of 18 minutes, 5.89 seconds in the 5K. Junior Zena Molly led YSU in the women's open race with a time of 19 minutes and 6.85 seconds. As for the men's team, they finished 16th in the 8K. Sophomore Chris Butler led the men's team with a time of 25 minutes, 18.82 seconds, good for finishing in 45th place. In the open race, junior CJ Schumacher led the men's team with a time of 26 minutes and 21.84 seconds. For their next competition, both teams will be competing at the Disney World Cross Country Classic in Orlando, Florida on October 12th.
The volleyball team hosted back-to-back league matches this past weekend against UIC and Milwaukee. The Gwins lost in straight sets against the UIC Flames despite sophomore Brooklyn Pea's double-digit kills and senior Aaliyah Hughes near double-double in kills and digs. The Penguins also lost battling against the Milwaukee Panthers 3-0. Former libero Margot Thompson moved to the outside hitting position and led the team with a double-double composed of 10 kills and 12 digs. Setter Alexia Burns also contributed a double-double, including 16 assists and 12 digs. The Gwins will attempt to regain their confidence as they host another Horizon League match against Green Bay tomorrow at 6 p.m. in the Beagley Center.
The women's bowling team will host its first tournament in program history this weekend. From October 11th to 13th, the Penguins will host the Columbia 300 Penguin Classic at Holiday Bowl in Struthers, Ohio. With Nikki Mendez, Ashley Kolb, and Rachel Darrow in their senior years, the Penguins are in for an exciting season. Good luck to the Penguins in their first tournament this weekend.
The men's tennis team is set to compete at the Louisville Invitational in Louisville, Kentucky this Friday through Sunday. The Gwins are coming off a short break, having last competed at the Joe Hunt Invitational at the end of September. We wish the best of luck to the team as they continue their season.
The football team suffered their first loss of the season, falling to Northern Iowa by a score of 21-14. The Penguins trailed throughout the contest, but they continued to battle. Northern Iowa had a 2-score lead before YSU scored for the first time when Nathan Mays found Jeremiah Braswell for a 75-yard score, taking just 8 plays to march down the field. The Gwins trailed 21-7 coming out of the half when Mays then found Kendrick Mallory for a 14-yard connection, edging the score 21-14 as that was the final, making it a defensive battle from that point on. Our very own Abbas Braswell had the chance to catch up with Jeremiah and Antoine Cook.
What can the receivers do to improve from last week?
All the little things. Make plays when we call on, block in the run game. Just do whatever coach asks us to do, and if we do our job the best we can, we'll put our team in the best position to win.
The loss to UNI was the first of the season. Does that give the team any motivation for the rest of the season?
Yeah, it puts the chips on our shoulder. First conference loss, so we know we can't lose too many more of those. It just puts a chip on our shoulder. Let us go full throttle from now on. We know we got a tough schedule ahead, and we're doing everything we can to support Youngstown and have a good season.
What can the defense do to prevent third down conversions?
Just being smart when we're rushing the passer. We really were kind of like we were in bad positions and doing, what we weren't coached to do. But if we can do that more, we definitely could get the quarterback even more.
Coming off the first loss of the season, after such a hot start, is that motivation for this Saturday?
Oh, yeah, big motivation. We got a really good team coming up. It's home, and, we were coming off of a bad loss. But we're prepared. We're hitting the film. We're practicing hard, and we should be good.
The Penguins look to get back into the win column this Saturday when they return home to face South Dakota State for the annual homecoming game at Stambaugh Stadium. Be sure to head out to the Ice Castle as kickoff is slated for 6 p.m.
All right, now it is time for the Penguin Play of the Week. Very special one this week. Let's send it over to Abbas Braswell, who has more. Take it away, buddy.
Thanks, guys. The play of the week this week is a 75-yard catch and run by Jeremiah Braswell all the way to the house. Let's check it out. Nate Mays fakes the pitch and finds Jeremiah wide open down the sideline with no one in front of him. Look at all that speed. What a great catch and run all the way to the end zone. Look to see the Penguins back in action at home this weekend. Congrats to my cousin Jeremiah Braswell, and back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Abbas. Awesome to see him get to call the play of the week of his own cousin. A great play there by him. Well done. And that's going to do it for us here at the Penguin Rundown. For news, highlights, and more, be sure to check out YSUsports.com. And check us out at social media on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. That's all at Penguin Rundown 1. I'm Dom Joseph.
And I'm Abigail Cloutier.
We will see you right here next week, Penguin Nation.